So tell me about your symptoms before our surgeries.
Pain, numbness. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Tell me about your daily activity. What would provoke the pain?
Daily activity that would provoke pain, lifting anything, walking. It was just bad all the way around.
For how long?
For 10 years, approximately.
What was the range of pain you had with activities?
Anywhere from 5 to 7, 8.
7, 8. And that's for this long. And you do mechanical work,
Yeah.
correct? What do you do?
I'm a gunsmith.
Excellent. So you mean you're very well familiar with the mechanic of how screws work and
Yep.
so on and so forth. Now, and your problem was a mechanical one. So we did a serial injection in your sacroiliac joint and figured out that it was your sacroiliac joint actually that's causing your problem. What was the path for you to getting diagnosed? Because 15 years is a long time. So I'm sure you saw some other surgeon or some other
Yep.
doctors. What did they tell you? What did they tell you what's going on with you?
Well, I had the spinal fusion
Yes.
in the low back,
Yeah,
but nobody said anything about,
your sacroiliac joint, yeah.
because there was no fix to it.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't. 15 years ago, it wasn't
Right.
that good of a solution. Now, once we figured out it's your sacroiliac joint with serial injection, and tell me, after each injection, you got improvement, right? Tell
Yep.
me about that. What?
It was just a little bit.
Now,
Yep.
well, little bit in the time, right? Meaning that for a day or two,
Right,
usually
and
the
then it
while
would
numb pain goes
go
away
back.
and then it comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, but then once we were sure it's a problem, we took you for the surgery. You have problem on both sides, but we fixed only on one side. What side did we fix?
The left side.
Left side. And because the symptoms were
My
worse
left
there.
side. Yeah.
Yes. And we ask you, I see a walker there, we ask you not to walk on that. How long did you stay in the hospital?
I was only there for
5 hours?
5 hours.
5 hours. So you
Yeah.
came, it was a day surgery.
Yep.
Now, the first few hours and day after the surgery was rough. Tell me about
It
it.
was rough.
Yeah, tell me.
It was 10 out of 10 pain for a short time.
Okay, how many days?
Was it 2 or 3, something like that?
2.
2 days? How many, you said you took 9 doses of pain
I
medication.
took 9 pills after my surgery.
But then
in
not
total.
after that.
I didn't take
So
anything
meaning
else.
that 2 days later you didn't take pain medication.
Correct.
Well, you're a tough person as general, but that's pretty good.
It is.
It
It's some Harry Potter stuff, really.
So, yeah, I like your analogy, but the pain that was there for 15 years, about few days after the surgery was gone.
Way down.
Here you are. And that is the actually magic of sacroiliac
Absolutely
fusion.
amazing.
Yeah, and here I'm going to turn in here. These are the screws that we put in, and they're big. This is the actual size. They are about 2 inches each of them, and there are 2 of them. And we talked about that, and they are stopping exactly where they need to stop, grabbing on hard part of the bone. You understand we told that we are going to put 2 screws. You remember that? Do you remember why we are going to put 2
For
screws?
torque.
For torque.
To control
The
the
side
joint.
Exactly. So you understand the mechanic of that.
Yeah, one on top, one on bottom, and they don't go like this.
Here you are. You got it. I couldn't have told it better. Now, this surgery, open old-fashioned way, it used to be hours of surgery with half a gallon of blood loss. Surgery was so bad that we stopped doing that long time ago, and we were used to do that open old-fashioned way only if there was a pelvic fracture or really horrendous kind of thing,
Yeah.
because the surgery was worse than the disease. But now, with this method, where we go from the side and put 2 screws across, we made that surgery about an hour surgery. You going from the side and putting these 2 screws. But now the good news is now we came out just last week. It was so-called the trident system, where practically we put the main screw here.
The flutes are the secret.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we put the main screw, and then the side screws, we don't have to go all the way back and start all over again. Once the main screw is, the side screws, they go just
Yeah.
across the main
It's
screw.
almost like magic because all all the material that you're drilling actually fills up the core of the screw.
And those are valuable material. Those are your bone that
That's
will grow and make
that's
your
your
growth faster.
healing material. That's probably why it feels so much better than the other way.
Yeah. Now, having said that, once we are going to use this system more often, we are expecting actually this time of the surgery be somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes, and healing much faster because that again, this internalized your own bone. And on top of that as well, I think what we are very excited about is that by having the side screw attaching to the main screw, it gives it more mechanical stability.
Right.
Because
right.
it's like a trident.
It's locked.
Yes, they are locked together. As a gunsmith, maybe you can explain what is the advantage of that.
There's no torque. It doesn't twist. It's locked solid. And this way and this way.
So, as a mechanical person, you can describe what is the advantage of 2 screws that are not connected versus 3 screws that are connected with each other. What is the advantage, mechanical advantage of the trident to 2 screws that are not connected? Because you can transfer the stability of one screw to the others,
right?
Because they are connected all together.
Right.
Yeah.
So the trident would be stronger.
Yeah, mechanically way stronger. Even though it takes just half a time of putting it in than the regular screw. So we are very excited about it now. As well, I think for somebody who's mechanical, you understand the difference between a Glock and a different gun. Like as a gunsmith, why do you think Glock took over American market?
Because of the simplicity.
Yeah.
Simplicity of the tactical Tupperware, so to speak.
Yeah.
A half plastic gun. You can throw it in the mud, whatever, beat it up. It works.
Yeah.
And this is of the same type of mechanical advantage.
Yeah. And here, this system has about 50 to 60 instruments to put it in, whereas this has only 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Okay, meaning that there are fewer things to consider. And that is as well, I think it will make it much easier for the surgeon to learn it and put it in. And you're in forefront of, your
I'm in the forefront.
Yeah. Well, any other question or comment?
No, I'm just amazed there's low pain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling better than I was before my surgery now.
Excellent. Well, may I ask as well, you as a spouse, sometimes we see our loved one actually observe more. What do you notice about his behavior before and after?
He's been less whiny, which is always a plus.
And he's not a whiner. You look at him, he's not a whiner.
Sometimes.
If you have pain,
I'm a man.
if you have a joint pain, I don't wish it to my worst enemies.
No, joint pain is horrifyingly terrible.
Yeah. So, but you notice that he's complaining less.
Yeah.
What else do you notice?
Like in the car rides, the big difference is that before every little bump, it was
Yeah.
and now
Lock
we
my
can
elbows and hold myself.
Yeah.
now we can go over bumps and he's just
Now I can
normal.
sit like this.
Yeah, well, I'm really happy with what we achieved, and we are not done. We are just 2 weeks after the surgery. We have a long way to go, but I think I'm really happy with where we are and where we are going. Okay?
We should hurry up and do my other side.
Yeah, well, exactly. We are going, if you need it to the other side. This is one of the true miracle of this procedure, because you have 2 of that.
Yep.
Once you fix one, that takes the stress off the other side. Actually, in half of the cases, we know problem is on both sides. Once I fix one side, I don't even have to go and fix the other side.
Now that I have one side locked, I feel this side move.
Yeah.
And it's really strange.
Yeah. Makes sense. No,
Yeah.
totally makes sense. It is not the decision if we will do the other side or not. Usually you know it. You yourself will know it in the next 6 months if you need to do the other side or not. Statistically, half of the people we have to do it, other half we don't have to do it. If I'm going to use a gun analogy, imagine you have 2 guns there. I fix one for you. Maybe that's good enough for you to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need 2 guns, but if you need 2 guns, we fix the other
You
side
always
too.
need more guns.
Yeah.
Dual wield.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate